the girl child is being removed from fry pan to fire. So,
poor girl child.
Yes, and the truth of the matter is that our society has not done too much when it comes to raising both the boy and the girl child. The truth of the matter is the fact that when it comes to raising children, the number one institution is the family. The second institution is the community. In the community, you have the church, you have the mosque, you have the school. Now, in that equation, family carries 70% of the responsibility. But the truth of the matter is that, and there are two kinds of families. Those who are economically empowered, those who are economically disempowered. And all of those things come to play when it comes to raising children. Because children at early age, particularly for those who are not economically empowered, at early age they are exposed to a whole lot of things that other children from another crust, from the upper crust, are not exposed to. So poverty plays a major role in all of these things. If you look at these children that perpetrate these things, they are not from the upper crust. They are children from the public school. And their psychology, their thinking is completely different from the other children. Now, that does not mean there are no problems on that side. But the boldness, the unwillingness, when you grow up in a community, when at a tree you know where they're selling their hemp, when you grow up in a community where you see people breaking bottle on a daily basis, now your psychology is being muzzled up. Your mind is being tightened in the sense that your mind is becoming seared with iron. So by the time you become, and you have started fighting for yourself at a tender age, so you have been introduced to the culture of violence. And so the only way you know to survive is through violence. Now, I work with UNICEF to rehabilitate children from the street. And when we take these children off the street and we have rehabilitation sessions for them, one of the things we see permanently while we are trying to rehabilitate is that culture of violence. Violence, everything that happens, the child wants to respond with violence and all of that. And some of my colleagues are perturbed. I said, don't worry, just leave them. They are just coming from a culture where they fend for themselves. So I think the issue is we need to be more holistic, because if we want to solve a social problem, we need to be interested in the cause. There is no action without a cause. Every societal problem has a root. So we need to look at the root, and I tell you, it's a project.
Sorry, if I may comment, are we now saying that because they are poor, they shouldn't have values, or they cannot be taught
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
they're exposed early.
They have been exposed early to the culture of violence. And so if you want to, now, for example, these children, when they are arrested, what does the law prescribe? The law prescribes what we call diversion. Because anybody below 18, the law advised that the person should not be taken through the normal, legal process, administrative or justice, except it's a capital offense. So what the state is expected to do at this level, even when the children are held, and even when you decide that if the investigation confirms that they actually perpetrated those acts, now what will happen is that what the children will need is rehabilitation. Because you see, that a child tried to rape today does not make the child a total menace to society. If you read the autobiography of Obama, you see that as a teenager he experimented with India hemp, but he later rose to become the president of America. So the question is, a lot of times is how we handle it. The problem a lot of times is not what the children have done; it is how the handlers handle it. And so that is my own thought: is their actions are condemnable, highly condemnable. I commend Mrs. Matthew for coming out to bring this to the fore. But going from there, if the Lagos State government is interested in solving this problem, it should not be a fire brigade approach that we just arrest some people, we just prosecute them, and we think everything is fine. Now, she has told us those children are in danger. The school environment is militarized. So we need to...
Let me read this comment, Mrs. Matthew, respond to this. Ndifreke, leave it there. Yes, Ndifreke says, I attended Falamo High School in 1995. Gang culture has been prevalent in the school since then. After our third term exams, a lot of our students come to the school with UTC knives, pistols, bottles, and outlawed objects. Our students will fight from the school up to Holy Child College in Obalende, where we engage in fights with St. Gregory College, Obalende students. The principal of my school, that's Falamo High School, normally calls in the police to be at the gate at the end of our third term exams, especially in the last day, as she knows fights and rude behavior would break out. And he says it did not start today. Good.
I want to corroborate what he said, because when we got to the school, this was their experience. They said on the last day of school, they actually brought armed policemen, mobile policemen, to ensure that these students take their tools of trade, that they came with knives. I think they come prepared. And the school also comes ready, but not enough to prepare them. There's no deterrent, so they do it every year. So they asked the boys, they were already looting and spoiling the property, trying to attack some girls within the school. And the school used the armed men, brought them out of the place, escorted them up to Mobile where Norman Williams is, and left them. Turned back, and now you now understand what happened when they entered the school, the street, and met another set of girls. That's when the mayhem started. So they were prepared for that day, but not adequately prepared. They thought, let's get them out of the premises. If you walk the way to the school, to Ireti Grammar School today, one other thing that I think pours petrol on something already burning is this small shekbe and the small things they sell, because it's next to the prisons. So they have the substances just as you go, and they were quite intoxicated.
Okay, no. We've got to go now. We've got to go. We haven't got any more time.
Take a quick break.
Okay, we'll take a quick break.
We'll take a break and come back to continue. Please don't go away. Are you sure?